Hey, this is me doing a monologue. So, a crisis, insoluble problem, major crisis. Both stepmothers want their names on the wedding invitation. Catherine adores her stepmother, who more or less brought her up. She wants her name on the invitations. She wants it, and her stepmother is not anticipating, which is understandable since the mother is dead, not appearing next to Catherine's father, whereas my stepmother, whom I detest, is out of the question. Her name should appear on the invitation, but my father won't have his name on it if hers isn't, unless Catherine's stepmother is left off, which is completely unacceptable. I suggested none of the parents' names should be on it. After all, we're not adolescents. We can announce our wedding and invite people ourselves. So Catherine screamed her head off, arguing that would be a slap in the face for her parents, who are paying through the nose for the reception, and particularly for her stepmother, so much who's gone to so much trouble when she isn't even her daughter. I finally let myself be persuaded, totally against my better judgment, because she wore me down. I finally agreed that my stepmother, who I detest, who is a complete bitch, who will have her name on the invitation. So I telephoned my mother to warn her. Mother, I said, I've done everything I can to avoid this, but we have absolutely no choice. Yvonne's name has to be on the invitation. She said, if Yvonne's name isn't on the invitation, take mine off of it. Mother, I said, please, I beg you, don't make things even more difficult. And she said, how dare you suggest my name is left to float around the card of it on its own, as if I was some abandoned woman below Yvonne who will be clamped onto your father's surname like a limpet. I said to her, Mother, I have friends waiting for me. I'm going to hang up and we'll discuss this tomorrow after a good night's sleep, she said. Why is it that I'm always an afterthought? Why? What are you talking about, Mother? You're not always an afterthought. Of course I am. And when you say don't make things even more difficult. What you mean is everything's already been decided, everything's been organized without me, everything's been cooked up behind my back. Good all you get. So she'll agree to anything, and all this, she said, to put the old tin lid on it in aid of an event, the importance of which I'm having some trouble grasping. Mother, I have friends waiting for me. That's right. There's always something better to do. Anything's more important than I am. Goodbye, she hung up. Catherine, who was next to me, but who hadn't heard her side of the conversation, said, what she say? She doesn't want her name on the invitation for Yvonne, which is understandable. I'm not talking about that. What was it she said about the wedding? Nothing. You're lying. I'm not. Kathy, I promise you. She just doesn't want her name on the invitation with Yvonne. Call her back and tell her when your son's getting married, you rise above your vanity. You could say the same to your stepmother. That's got nothing to do with it, Catherine shouted. It's me. I'm the one who's insisting her name's on it. It's not her, poor thing. She's tact personified. If she had any idea of the problem this is causing, she'd be down on her knees begging for her name to be taken off the invitation. Okay, at least one of them knows. Now call your mother. So I called her again. By now I'm in shreds. Catherine's listening on the extension. Ivan, my mother, says, up to now, you've conducted your affairs in the most chaotic way imaginable, and just because out of the blue you decided to embark on matrimony, I found myself obliged to spend all afternoon and evening with your father, a man I haven't seen for 17 years, and to whom I was not expecting to have to reveal my hip size and my puffy cheeks, not to mention Yvonne, who, incidentally, I may tell you, according to Felix Perulari, has now taken up bridge. My mother also praised bridge. I can see none of this can be helped. But on the invitation, the one item everyone is going to receive and examine, I insist on making a solo appearance. Catherine, listen on the extension, shakes her head and screws up her face in disgust. Mother, I said, why are you so selfish? I'm not selfish. I'm not selfish. Ivan, you're not going to start as well. You're not going to be like Mimi Romero this morning and tell me I have a heart of stone. That everybody in our family has a heart of stone. That's what Mimi Romero said this morning when I refused to raise her wages. She's gone completely mad, by the way, to 60 francs an hour, tax free. She had the gall to say everyone in the family had a heart of stone, and when she knows very well about poor Andre's pacemaker, you haven't even bothered to drop him a line. Yes, that's right, very funny. Everything's a joke to you. It's not me who's the selfish one. Ivan, still got a lot to learn about life. Off you go, my boy. Go on, go on, go and see your precious friends. Whew. Then nothing. Nothing has been resolved. I hung up. Mini drama with Catherine. Cut short because I was late. That's a long monologue, I said. that, wow, that is a long monologue. So, that was it. And there'll be more coming. All right. Peace.